Hi everyone, in this video I would like to walk you through in the new user experience provided by Microsoft targeting document libraries in SharePoint. Let's begin. There we go, I have here SharePoint open. This is the home site and I prepared a document library with the new user experience. Let me open it. And this is how it looks like. I'll show you how you can create such fancy document library in a bit. But before to do it, let me explore and show you the new functionality. So the new improvements impact the user experience in the navigation. So we can find new buttons here. The main one is the AI Actions functionality, which allows you to create agents. This requires a Copilot premium license. So what you can do here when you start the creation of a new agent, you can provide the description, the name and the icon, and the source. It is already set to documents, which is the exact point where I started the creation of the agent. So this is the source. It's going to surface my document library. And then you can hit the button, click, and the agent will be already there. In behavior, you can change the messaging, the starter prompts. For example, what sites are on Giuliano de Luca? Tell me more about. How can you help me? So you can change these prompts. So you can change a bit the behavior. But this is how you can start the creation of agents in a document library in SharePoint directly from the navigation. So this is the very first user experience. Another important addition is forms. So we have seen in the past this new way of creating forms targeting Microsoft lists or SharePoint lists. Now we have luckily the same experience dedicated for document library, which is great. So when I start the creation here of a new form, we have the very classic experience. So I can provide a name here for my form. Let's call it asset. I can pick a color. Let's go with orange and then create. So here you can pick an image if you want. Let me try to find something. Maybe I have something on download. Yeah, let's use this one. And here let's type again asset. And then you have, of course, the main field that you can adjust. So you can modify something. For example, here we have upload file, allow only specific file type. This is also possible. This could be image, media, PDF, Excel, PowerPoint, or Word. And you can even select the maximum file size. This will help you to keep the size in a certain number for a document library. So if you want to avoid to take space on with a document library, this is a nice way to get. You can maybe allow just 10 mega, which is more than enough, I think. So then you have the short description, and here you can see a little icon on top. This means that you can reorder and rearrange the order of every field if you want. So you can put status on top if you want, or just down the short description. It's really up to you. Here you can change the title of this field. Here you have the description. This could be a single line, a choice. Then you can mark if this is required. For status, you have already a set of status value available. And this is a choice column. You can also select the color. You can delete one if you don't want to have it. You can add more choices. And then you have reading time. This is in minutes. Enter a number. And category. This is also another choice column, which inherits the style that I apply to the column. So you can see this fancy color in a rectangle with the text. And then you can add directly from here if you want new fields. Here you can, on the right, on this pane, you can manage the visibility of every column. Down you have also the themes, so you can change the color. If you don't like, you can go with this other one. And moreover, you have also settings. So in settings, you can notify me, for example, receive an email notification for every new response to this form if you want to get immediately informed and notified. Accept responses. You can even set a timeline when this form would be available in terms of link and an end date. So you can provide a standard message after the user drop or fill out the form. In my case, your response has been submitted. So this is the classic one. And in themes, I forgot to mention that you can select and build your theme. So you can go with this set of colors, and then you can also adjust this, so you can combine both if you want. Okay, this is from a configuration perspective. When you are ready, you can go on send form. You can just copy the link. Now this form is good to go. You can preview it directly here. I have now an error. Let me try again. No, something is not working. Let me try to open in a new tab. Okay, there is an issue here. But theoretically you are able to see the preview. And then on when you copy the link, then this you can share this form with other groups or people. In branching, of course, here you can make the form more complex. So this means that according to the user how is filling the form, you can provide different questions. So you can, if the user is providing several questions, you can go, let's say, for the solution A with some questions, or if answers differently, you can go with the line B, let's say. So you provide other questions. Okay, that's it. This is how it works. Forms. It's pretty the same like in a list, but this is now applied to document library, which is absolutely great. So you can have now this user experience also in a document library. So I call it asset. Every new document dropped with forms, using forms, will be dropped here in this folder. Now, as you can notice here in this list, I have several columns. This is also part of the user experience. It's very easy to create such nice and beautiful lists instead of having a row and blank list. So now let's start from this short description column. What I have here is it's a simple column which is supposed to display a short description or a summary of every file. Now, as you can see, I uploaded these files, but this is not automatically filled out. Having a Copilot premium license allows me to use this very nice functionality, which is in this icon. It is the AI action. By clicking on this one, I'm able to create an FAQ, a summary of my file. I can even create an audio overview about the file. I can ask a question, or I can create an agent from here. So what I would like to do is summarize this file. Now, Copilot is working by reading the file and providing a summary here. So what I would like to do now is take just the first line, let's say. So I'm gonna copy this, and then I can easily use this in the short description. So, and how I can do that? So I can go here on the ellipsis button, and then I can search for properties. And now here I have the panel open for this specific element of the list. And in short description, now I can paste what I copied before. Of course, I don't want to take everything, so let me just take the first, I would say the first paragraph. Let's Copilot said, so of course we remove Copilot said, that document. So we can also remove something here which is not friendly for this column, and is a certificate of learning that confirms the completion of a course. Okay, that's fine. This is all I want to have. Let me go back. This is exactly what I want to have. Let me delete this and this other part. Good. This is exactly what I want for my list. Now, this is a single line of text and I have a limit, but luckily for the description that I selected, I don't reach the limit, so it's good to go. And this is a nice way now to how you can take advantage by AI providing a short description or summary so you can fill your columns. Very easy. Now let me show you, this is a classic modified by column. I didn't touch this. This is a choice column. This is something that you can have out of the box when you create a choice column. What I did here for this specific column, which is a number, so you can click here on this column, and during the creation you can also apply this style, but in column settings you can format this column. Now here you have this new option, data bars, so you don't need to use JSON that normally it's applicable by clicking on advanced. This is my JSON applied to the column. If you are more familiar with this kind of approach, it gives you more flexibility and a very nice way to customize the column. But let's reopen it and let's try to stay as much as possible very classic and basic by reusing the classic functionality provided by Microsoft. You can also create a conditional formatting if you want. When you have a specific value, you can apply a color. When you have another one, different colors, and so on. But data bars, this is very nice as option for this kind of column. Then let's jump on category. This is another choice column, but when you go over format this, you can then switch to background colors if you prefer, instead of having choice fields. And then you have always the conditional formatting as third option. But this one is now available, so you can use it to better style your column. And this is the classic column which identifies the sensitivity label applied to the document. But this is now the new user experience, how you can deal and play with this new addition that improves the user experience. I'm very curious about what you think about this new user experience. Drop a comment down below and I will follow up. I hope you enjoyed. If yes, please consider to subscribe and like. I hope to see you next time. Bye.